Y'all can't talk about basic. Hold up. We might more Power Ranger. Hold up. Mine also dangerous. Hold up. Y'all talk outrageous. Hold up. Don't get caught in the matrix. Hold up. Got that touch with my savior. Hold up. Keeping that touch with my hater. Lyrics can't hear it no more. Stand up to the man, can't fear him no more. On the brand, don't feel it no more. You were driving a minute, but can't steer it no more. Riding away, but now you're chilling on shore. What's the use of being rich when your inside's poor? Life can slow you down. Your body is acting up. Your mind is out of bounds. It's telling you pack it up. You shackle by thoughts and memories that's adding up. Like overseas, you feel alive like you can. What's the use of having a light with no love? What's the use of ingredients with no sauce? What's the use of the physical with no source? We flared up.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we wrap up a great Sunday here in Super Wild Card Weekend, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Houston Texans. The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback. And they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And Mahomes going to put it up right away. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to get that first down, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
That went out wide and intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Short throw into the hands of Jordan.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
At the Chiefs' 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 1. Stroud wants to change it up with an audible. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Oh, right. 118. What's that?
Stroud. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Look the hot. White Tony. 11. Hey, uno more. 12.
Here's Stroud. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Oh, right. 118. What's that?
They'll give it to Mixon. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Stroud to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Third and goal.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
South. Tony.
Here's Mixon. Well, he'll get this awfully close to a first down. Well, that's going to be a razor-thin measurement, but I don't think he got there.
Brings up fourth down and goal.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try to put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
And he gets this up just shy of the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a first down.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. First and 10 at the 14. Again, it's Pacheco. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 41 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries.
But continually hear from running backs and offensive linemen is how often they're actually getting together to watch film so they can get in sync with each other, understand blocking patterns better, how a running back likes to cut, what he wants to do. And, boy, it all came together on that one.
That's one where they watch that and say, hey, we did everything we were supposed to do right there.
That looked like the play we drew up and designed. And then we got to see it unfold in real time.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
We're scoreless after one. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he stopped immediately there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Mahomes now to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy. Nifty move. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup at 4.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. A quick throw caught by Rice. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. The 12-yard line.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And Brown's got it for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. Laying himself out in the end zone. And the Chiefs will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 7-0.
Texans nothing. Harrison Butker in the kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Christian Watson, 65 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles. It was better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They give right side for Pacheco. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as good running gets them to about the 44. 76 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
There are not many times where you might say it's a detriment to have a quarterback with a cannon for an arm, but this might be one of those few times. He just laid that one out there a bit too far, and his receiver couldn't run under it.
2nd and 10. A handoff now for Pacheco. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Down to the 10. And he takes us into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 43 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 14-7.
Texans 7. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
There on the stop was Leo Chanel. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
It's a gain of 8.
Look at high.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
11.
Throwing now is Stroud. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Oh, it's time to give real credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Stroud off the play fake. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
118. Let's hit. Robin.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 10. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This will be caught once again by Brown. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They'll throw now on the final play. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Texans try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Here's 2nd and 10.
On 18. What's that? Buggy. 19 Texans.
Stroud sets up the play action. He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
And Stroud now to throw.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Mix it up the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 7 that time, 2nd goal.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Here we go. Let's
on the ground for the tight end. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
Mixon. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That was a huge play on 3rd down, so now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Now Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Yellow!
He'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, they just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a first down.
Mahomes will do it himself. He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Caught that one from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Will Anderson
just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. They'll set up a throw.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And the Texans will take over.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Stroud looking to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
It's caught inside the 25. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory.
Well, he already had a big receiving game working, and it's going to get a lot better here. Defensively, they're fortunate this is not a touchdown. But he's just been absolutely unstoppable, and he comes up with yet another gigantic play.
Back to throw now on first down.
This goes out wide from Mixon.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just
Guy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. Two yards to go, second down.
Hey, uno more. Hey, what's right? What? Mother, hey. Robin.
Stroud will look to throw once more. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
18.
From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. And that will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game. Tried the hard count, but to no avail.
Trying to do anything to get them to jump off sides and pick up a first down easily. Instead, it goes against them.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Just because you got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 40-yard line.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll try to pick it up himself. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Now that's a killer because you think you get it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on third, and then the tables turned. Now Mahomes. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Here's Pacheco headed right.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Butker on for the PAT.
It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score. Chiefs 21, Texans 10. Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10. At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. 64 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Here we go, let's go. Tony. Why Tony? Buggy.
Here's Stroud. He's got Jordan complete right side.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
He has just not had his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception.
Oh, hey.
Stroud to throw it. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
Titus Howard, right tackle, the man flag for that one. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Under. 118. What's that? Hey, south.
Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Stroud. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And that will force a turnover on downs. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this fourth quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth.
I don't know no better. When I got Richard E. Bro coming slow, 6 racks on the sweater. Hey, uno more. On the quick, right? 118. Hey, uno. 11. Look the hot. 19 Texans.
Following the fumble recovery, Stroud. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
18. What's that?
Stroud looking to change the play.
Why Tony?
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 27 yards. And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth. So they get the score, partner. Game's not over, but they still need some help here.
Agreed, they definitely need some help, but they took care of the first part by scoring themselves.
So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
Keeps the score. Chiefs 21, Texans 16.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard
line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game. Fights through, and now a crease. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Kansas City.
Rashee Rice, 65 yards. And the Chiefs use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Texans 16. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, really with the, I should probably sound a hit, boy, because I got all the hits, boy. All that Drake, you got to chill. I be on my little mouse drip. All that rap to pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills. All the books TV, I thought it made me richer. Wasn't paying me enough, I needed something quicker. So now
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a two-score deficit. Stroud. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Buggy, hey!
Throwing now is Stroud. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Look the hot.
Looking to throw. Stroud. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. For the defense circling now. 4th down and 7.
It's 4th down.
Hey, south. White Tony. Hey, uno.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
On the quick, right? On 18. What's that?
Back to throw. Stroud. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
19 Texans. 118. What's that?
Stroud to throw it. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. And the Chiefs are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Good gain there on first down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And they take a knee. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Here is 3rd down and 4. They fake the give. Now Mahomes is going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And it's taken in at the 9. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Here's 1st and 10. Now Stroud. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here comes 2nd down.
Ow! Hey, Uno more. Tony. Look at hot.
Stroud. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
Hey, south.
Here's Stroud. He'll get this complete to Collins. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
The throwing again is Stroud. Another one caught by Collins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
First down at the 37-yard line.
Now Stroud. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd down.
Hey! 118. What's that? Hey, Uno. 19 Texans. Why Tony? Hey, south.
As Stroud now to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
To throw with Stroud.
And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So they elect to pass there on the two-point try. Sometimes can prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And the Chiefs have got it. And with that, they should have a victory as well. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Houston, good night, everybody.